God's will for us is perfect happiness. We share God's will for happiness for us. What's good, fam? Welcome back. We made it to lesson 116 of A Course in Miracles, and today we are going to be reviewing lessons 101 and 102. Now, go ahead and open up the book. You already know where to go. If you don't got the book yet, the PDF is in the description, and let's go ahead and begin. Lesson 116. 101. God's will for me is perfect happiness. God's will is perfect happiness for me, and I can suffer but from the belief there is another will apart from His. God's will is perfect happiness for you, and you can suffer but from the belief there is another will apart from His. One more time. God's will is perfect happiness for us, and we can suffer but from the belief there is another will apart from His. This is powerful because the only reason why me and you can suffer is by us believing there is another will apart from God's, another plan, another direction, another route to take, another goal. The only will is God's, and me and you share that will with God. We share that with God because remember, God's will is not something that's being thrust upon us and we have to adhere to that. No, God is just the reminder, like, yo, this is who you really are and you fell asleep to that, and I'm just here reminding you of your will because our will is one, is sort of something along the lines of what the Holy Spirit is letting us know, that our will is one with God's, and it's only whenever we fall asleep and we are identifying with the ego that me and you believe that we have another goal that is in our best interest. And we have to remember that me and you don't know what's in our own best interest. And remember what the review introduction stated: do not forget how little you have learned. Me and you should not forget how little we have learned. Another way of putting that is do not forget how much you still have to unlearn. So although me and you have been in this beautiful state of mind for a consistent basis now, we're still not anchored here, and we fall asleep from time to time, and we are believing we're the body. We are believing that there is something in this world that we need in order to feel better: relationship, money, career, etc. And of course, we may prefer those things, and we're not deviating from that path. But we have to remember something very crucial here, that while we're in this dream, in this enlightened state of mind, and we're anchored here, and we are being as God created us, then we could go experience all those things that we desire to experience and have the relationships and the career and the money, etc. But what we have to remember is that what most people are doing, and this includes me and you from time to time, is we believe we know what's in our own best interest. So we're doing all the stuff out there to attain this experience, to attain this situation or this occurrence in our lives that we think is going to make us feel better. But that's the first false premise, is that you need nothing to feel better. You are already whole. The belief that there is something outside of us that we need to attain in order to be whole is a false premise, and that could be in this lesson what me and you suffer from. Remember, me and you suffer but from the belief there is another will apart from God's. So because we think we need this thing, automatically we're suffering, because to some extent we believe in separation. We believe that we need this in order to feel whole, and we have deviated unknowingly from our path. We have deviated from what God wills for us, which is this beautiful state of mind that we have been on a consistent basis more often than not. Now, a lot of people call that the devil, they say, or a lot of other terms for that power that opposes God. And we are learning that there is nothing that could oppose God's will. There is no other power than God's power. There is just accepting this power or denying this power. there is only one power. There is only one. It is God. It is source. And then everything that originated forth from that one source. There is no source of sickness. There is no source of poverty. There is no source of lack. There is only one source, and that is God. And anytime we are experiencing anything less than that, there is nothing in opposition that is dragging us in the opposite direction. It is just us not allowing the fullness of what really is to be experienced by us in that given moment. Now, let's go ahead and continue. 102. I share God's will for happiness for me. I share my Father's will for me, His Son. What He has given me is all I want. What He has given me is all there is. You share your Father's will for you, His Son. What He has given you is all you want. What He has given you is all there is. One more time. Me and you share our Father's will for us, His Son. What He has given us is all we want, and what He has given us is all there is. Me and you have it all. We have it all. We have it all. That is not a statement of wishful thinking. That is truth. And we can experience that emotion right now. And in fact, this is the only place we could ever experience this emotion is now, because only love is here now. Only love exists. Only love is real. Anything other than that, lack, fear, etc., all those illusions are just the absence of what is real. Fear is the absence of love. It is nothing in itself. It is just the absence of something and of everything. Just how in this world, darkness is just the absence of light. Now, we have to remember that there is no other power opposing God's, because sometimes, although we are not aware of it, we, on a deep level, believe that there's something out there that has power over us. And the only thing that has power over you is what you have given the power to. Remember, that person is not responsible for making you feel whole. That amount of money in your bank is not responsible for making you feel abundant, but because we believe that it is from time to time, we have given all the power out there. And that could be another way of stating that there is something apart from God's will. But remember, a belief, I can suffer but from the belief that there is another will apart from God, from His. It doesn't say I can suffer but from the truth there is another will apart from His. It only says belief, and beliefs have been formed, and beliefs can be changed. And what is capable of change is not real to begin with, because God only creates changeless and eternal, meaning let's just step back from everything that we believe and return to truth, and we will be the glad recipients of all the love that there is out there. Now, on the hour, me and you are going to repeat, God's will for me is perfect happiness. And on the half hour, we are going to repeat, I share God's will for happiness for me, because my will and God's will are one. It is not a will being thrust upon me. It is a reminder of what I really want. And that is the end of today's lesson. Let's go ahead and make sure that we focus on this as much as possible today. And we will meet here again for lesson 117 of A Course in Miracles tomorrow.